SAP UnLocker is a simple yet powerful web application that allows users to request their SAP password to be reset and, if necessary, have their account unlocked. SAP UnLocker doesn't require any changes in the SAP system. SAP standard methods are used to reset passwords and unlock accounts, so the application is fully compliant with SAP standards. Benefits of using SAP UnLocker include a reduced workload on your SAP security team. The process of unlocking a SAP account or resetting a SAP password will speed up drastically. This will empower business users to get on with it. Industry standard security controls ensure compliance with SAP security requirements. Before looking at the SAP UnLocker web application, we need a basic understanding of how user accounts can be locked in SAP. The first and most common scenario is when a user enters the incorrect password 5 times. In this case, their account will automatically be locked. Secondly, the SAP administrator can deactivate a user's password. When this is done, the user is not able to log into SAP using the SAP GUI, but they can still log in via single sign-on through, for example, a web portal. Thirdly, the SAP administrator can manually lock a user account. This is done when the user is no longer allowed to access the SAP system. Finally, the SAP administrator can put a global lock on a user account. This is available when central user administration is in place. Once done, the user will not be able to access any of the SAP systems in the landscape. Another important factor is that in order for SAP UnLocker to work, all SAP users must have an email address correctly maintained on their user master record. The administration area of SAP UnLocker is where the application configuration is done. Access to this page is restricted by setting folder permissions on the web server. This will ensure that only authorized users will be able to change settings for SAP UnLocker. You can define which SAP systems and clients should be available for selection by the users. Each destination has its own set of configuration options. A description that will identify the system, the application server address, the SAP system number, the SAP client number, a dedicated SAP communication user that will connect to the SAP system and carry out password reset or account unlock activities, a password for the communication user, the email address of the SAP security team. This address will be notified of any suspicious activity. For older or non-Unicode releases of SAP, such as version 4.6, you can enforce uppercase passwords. You can specify which lock types are unlockable by SAP UnLocker. Usually only the first option is selected. If a user unsuccessfully attempts to unlock their account which has a lock type that is not allowed to be unlocked, then the SAP security team can be notified. This might be considered suspicious activity. Under General Settings, you will need to specify the email server and the email address that emails should be sent from. John Smith, a SAP user, forgets his password. He tries to log in repeatedly until his account is locked. In order to unlock his account and reset his password, he navigates to SAP UnLocker from a link on the company's intranet site. All he needs to do is enter his SAP username and the email address that is maintained on his SAP user master record. When he submits, his password will be reset, and if permitted, his account will be unlocked. An email is sent to John. It contains the new randomly generated password, as well as details of the request, including the SAP system and client, as well as date and time of the request, along with the IP address of the requester. John can then log in with a new password and will be prompted to change it to something that he will remember. If someone uses SAP UnLocker to try and reset a password for an account that does not belong to them and have the new password sent to their own email address, an error will occur and the actual owner of the account will be notified of the attempt. If a user tries to unlock an account that has a lock type which is not allowed to be unlocked by SAP UnLocker, the attempt will fail, and depending on configuration, the SAP security team will be notified of the attempt.